Hi, welcome back again to another episode of DIY. Today we're going to learn about how to use a hole saw on wood. But before we get to that, we have to know the different types of parts that contains a hole saw. The first and the most important part has to be the saw. So the saw is a circular saw that can come in different types. This one that we're going to be using today cuts wood, and I believe it can also cut plastic. It's also called a hole saw bit, and you can also get it as a hole saw bit that cuts through metal, which is a little bit more expensive. The second part is the drill bit, otherwise called the centering bit. As the name suggests, it helps center the hole saw so that it cuts in an equally dimensional way so that you get a perfect circle. And then we have the arbor shaft that helps connect the drill bit and the hole saw together. Last but not least, we have the collar, which is also, you can call it a nut, that helps fasten the arbor and the drill bit and holds the saw together. In other versions, we have the drive pins that helps keep the saw in place so that it doesn't rotate, it doesn't wobble. So I think that's it. So now we can move on to the kit that I'm going to be using today. So what I have here is a Bosch brand. It comes in different sizes of discs. Some are small, some are big. And also the arbor and the collar nuts are in different shapes. So we're going to be using this big size, and that corresponds with this arbor shaft and collar. But there is also a smaller arbor and collar that will fit into one of the smaller saws that I'm going to show you, that one. And then the other bigger one fits into the bigger sizes of saws. So start by undoing the collar, and you notice that my arbor shaft and drill bit are detachable. So right at the center there's a hex key nut or bolt. So I'm going to do that just for demonstration purposes, and then that, as you can see, fits into the other smaller arbor shaft. But this time we're going to be using the bigger one. So make sure when you're joining it, you join it on the flat area so that the hex key bolt connects with it perfectly and makes it strong and immobile. And then you're going to place your saw at the top part of the arbor shaft. Then you're going to screw on the collar or nut, and also further fasten it with a spanner so that it is strong and it doesn't come off while we are cutting through our piece of wood. Then now attach your saw onto your chuck. Remember, you can use any type of drill, the rechargeable types of drill or the tabletop drill. Make sure you tighten it firmly. So before you've pulled the trigger, just make sure you've placed your hole saw at the center of your narrow piece of wood, and then you have to wear gloves to improve the grip. And always remember to grip your drill at where you see the groove around the drill, like that, so that it doesn't move around and you don't twist your wrist. Then hold it with the other hand on that end and pull the trigger with that finger. Okay, so let's go. So start by pulling the trigger slowly, because you don't want to twist your wrist. And then you are going to just cut through just about halfway through the wood, like that, as you can see. Okay, and then we are going also to drill through the back so that we get it out cleanly and so that it doesn't get stuck into the hole saw. Okay, So now continue drilling on the other side, making sure that you don't press down on your drill because you don't want the piece of wood to be stuck in your hole saw. There you have it. So now after you've done that, you're going to twist it anti-clockwise, and you can see your piece of wood easily comes off. Otherwise, you don't want to be struggling with a piece of wood that is so far into the hole saw it's stuck, and you're now hitting the top part of the anchor. This is not the way it should be done. So the next time, I hope now you'll know how to use a hole saw on wood.